Well, when you look at the Aryan Brotherhood these days,
Yeah.
it seems like the neo-Nazis and the Aryans are essentially one organization.
Yeah.
It's a very racist organization. A non-white person cannot join. A Jewish person cannot join.
Right.
When you look at what it evolved into, what are your thoughts about it?
My thoughts parallel those of all the hate groups, and of which there are plenty, unfortunately. It's one of the biggest issues probably that I deal with. I mean, I give talks, I do lectures at synagogues and other churches and before other groups. And it's primarily about that very hate that you're talking about and where that comes from. These latest mass shootings is a good example. The very idea that youngsters are being recruited, just like jihad. I did some work over in the Netherlands with the Hague and the policymakers at the Hague relative to their jihad unit. And it's along the same lines. You're dealing with a hate group. Whatever the premise for their hate, that becomes irrelevant. In this country, we're dealing with white supremacy. It's off the hook. The problem is that nobody is really talking to anybody that actually understands or knows anything about white supremacy or hate or the recruitment process and everything that goes along with that. And you're right, the Aryan Brotherhood and the neo-Nazis and the skinheads are at the forefront of that. And if you just look at the Southern Law Center and what they're doing. But I think one of the things that needs to happen is educating the public about where this hate comes from and distinguishing, between the politics of that hate and the reality of that hate, the propaganda associated with it, and what's their motive? What are they after? The so-called whites now being disenfranchised. That's ridiculous.